Hello everyone, this is Pluto here. Welcome back to another video. And I know it's been a while, y'all, and I was definitely on an indefinite hiatus for a bit, but we are so back. I wanted to make this video because there's a lot of Wizard101 guide videos that will tell you over and over and over again to use this pesky little athame.
Our first entry is a great early game item for lower level players in need of a bit of a stat boost. The Heartsteel athame may not look like much at first, but it gives a whopping 5 resist starting at level 5, which can actually make a decent difference early on when you're struggling to get better gear and survive your first few worlds. A lot of early gear doesn't give much resist at all, so buying this will give you an extra edge and might just save your life a few times. And honestly, you can probably keep it equipped until about level 50 or so.
One thing that is really worth buying is the Heartsteel right here for 260 crowns. It's probably one of the best items for crown ratio because you get a athame that gives you 5 resist, and it's only like, I don't even know, what is that? That's much less than $1. That's only like technically a few cents. So if you buy $5 worth of crowns, you aren't buying a Heartsteel, it's almost like you're just being stupid because you could just buy a Heartsteel. And this athame will last you probably all the way up to the level 40 range if you keep it, because 5 resist is going to be good.
The Heartsteel, dropped by Prince Gobblestone in Colossus Boulevard. It gives you 5 res. You don't have a lot of res for the first 30 or so levels in the game. Res is hard to come by. If you want to grind for that, it will do a lot for you.
I recommend the Heartsteel. Such a good athame that you can get. And Heartsteel is down here, I think. Here it is. Only 260 crowns. You could get enough crowns to buy this by doing like the trivia or something with the free crowns. Or if they had like the ads, I think you can do that. You could get this, 260, and you get an extra 5% resist. And I think I still use this on my level 46 wizard because I just think it's good. It's a nice little boost.
The only piece of crowns gear that I am going to recommend, and for one, it's very helpful low level, and it's also extremely cheap, is the Heartsteel athame in the crown shop. It's only 260 crowns, so it's really not that much. You guys could really do that. You could honestly get 260 crowns for free at the lower levels, around level 5 to honestly all the way up until level 60, really.
As you just saw, everyone and their mom is telling you to use this athame called Heartsteel in order to help you in the early game. Now let me be clear, the people telling you to use Heartsteel are not trying to hinder you. They're trying to help, but many of them don't realize why this athame is outdated and are essentially continuing a long tradition. So we need to have a little history lesson on this athame. Essentially, the Heartsteel is an athame in the crown shop that gives you 5% universal resist and 45 health. In the early ages and golden age of Wizard101, this athame was extremely good. Bosses had high health, the deck meta favored carrying many cards, pets were newer and harder to make, jewels didn't exist. This athame was really good because it gave you 5% flat universal resist to all schools. It made you tankier, which helped you a lot because many fights would last a long time. But we're not living in 2013 anymore. It's been 13 years. To be honest, this athame was outdated many years ago, but it only recently occurred to me how outdated it was when I began questing a new wizard on console. The reasons for using this athame back in the day do not apply to now. This is because the metas in Wizard101 have completely changed since then. This athame, the best metaphor I can give it is it's like a relic that has just been passed down from generation to generation, and nobody questions it. Like, it's just like a long-standing tradition. And it's like, really think about it. Why should we spend almost 300 crowns on this athame? Because a WizTuber who copied a guide from another WizTuber who copied an earlier guide says so? So in order to explain why Heartsteel is not viable in this new meta, and frankly was not viable many metas ago, we got to go through all of the things that have changed since 2013 that essentially make Heartsteel not as good as it used to be. In my opinion, the most major change in Wizard101 that has affected the viability of Heartsteel is jewels. When jewels were added, they were pretty rare, and you usually had to go out of your way to get them. Because of this, even if your athame had sockets that you could use jewels on, it wasn't really worth it to unlock them because you probably didn't even have the jewels to use on it in the first place. I mean, it's not like you could buy and sell triangle jewels like Pip Chance or Accuracy in the Bazaar, right? Oh, hello, new Wizard101 update. How are you doing today? Yeah, now you can literally buy accuracy jewels really easily from the bazaar to socket onto your themes. And do you know what a theme doesn't give you jewel sockets? Yep, it's the Heartsteel. Actually, Pluto, you need crowns to unlock the sockets on your theme, so it's not worth it. Oh wow, nerd, welcome back from the couch potato video. It's been a while, dude. Well, here's one tiny problem with that argument. You literally need crowns to buy the Heartsteel. It is, I believe, 260 crowns. The 45 crowns to unlock 3 or 4 themes while questing is much less than the crowns needed to buy the Heartsteel. You can literally do trivia 5 times to unlock 1 socket. It's only 45 crowns to even unlock a socket in the earlier worlds, so it doesn't require a lot of effort. So let's go into my next reasoning for not using the Heartsteel. Whether you socket pip chance or accuracy jewels, it doesn't really matter. They're simply just better than that extra resist that you would get, and they help you way more in the long term. Actually, Pluto, what about boss fights? Those bosses from 2013 have the same health. They haven't changed. We need to be able to survive. Wow, nerd, you really got me on that one. Oh, hey, is that another Wizard101 update I see? Wow, they nerfed Arc 1 a lot, nerfing bosses' health throughout the later worlds. You know, the worlds that they tell you that you need Heartsteel for because you're gonna die a lot? Most of these fights in Arc 1 you can end in literally less than 5 turns. Brother, all of these bosses that you're fighting get 1 pip a turn. They don't have power pips. They're not starting out with like 10 pips or whatever they do in the later worlds. If you are dying to these bosses, it's your fault. That 5% resist is not going to save you. You literally have to go out of your way to die to these bosses. And beyond that, pip chance and accuracy are just so much better. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. I would say it depends on your school, but if you socket accuracy, it will help you mitigate fizzles, which is very useful throughout Arc 1, because that's where fizzling is the most prevalent. And if you socket pip chance, you can use your 4-pip AoE more often, which is also very helpful in Arc 1. You can choose whichever one you want to use, both are good. I won't really make an argument for or against either. The point is, though, that they are both way better than the 5% resist you get from the Heartsteel. Actually, Pluto, without that resist, how will you survive hard boss fights? What if I want to solo Mount Olympus? Well, if you're soloing something like Mount Olympus, it may be viable, I guess, for that, but there's nothing else in Arc 1 besides certain dungeons like, for example, Olympus, Kembalung, Barkingham Palace, maybe, that it would even be helpful in. Every Arc 1 dungeon in the mainline quest can be very easily soloed, and the Heartsteel theme actually hinders you. The later Arc 1 themes give you a lot of health. That health boost in tandem with accuracy or pip chance makes those themes way better than the whopping 45 health and 5 resist of Heartsteel. Pluto, it's not like there's an theme that's way better than it. Only slight improvements, if anything, at all. So you want an alternative. Well, allow me to introduce you to my good friend. This right here is the Tamauji's Discerning Dagger. You can get it at level 35, and it will greatly help you quest through the second half of Mushu and all of Dragonspire. It gives you not 1, but 2 triangle sockets. And for reference, if you are on a Life Wizard, for example, this in tandem with Olympus gear can literally give you max accuracy. Yeah, you can have 15% accuracy, completely eliminating the entire chance to fizzle. If you want to use pip chance on it, it will very much increase your rate that you get power pips. It is miles better than the Heartsteel. Pluto, that thing must be very rare. Heartsteel is so easy to get. You just buy it from the crown shop. Oh yeah, did I mention you can buy this theme in the bazaar? It's in the bazaar right now. You can literally go buy it. Well, what about before that? What themes are there to use? That's 35 levels into the game. You only need 5 levels for Heartsteel. Okay, so this is what I would do. Instead of buying Heartsteel, you should just use the best bazaar themes at level 5 and at level 10. And then at level 15, you should find a theme that gives you a triangle socket. It can be a theme that you like. Maybe it gives you health. Maybe it gives you more pip chance. You can do whatever you want, as long as it gives you a triangle socket. And then you use that theme until you're level 25. And then once you're level 25, you find a new theme that you like that gives you a triangle socket. The reason for this is because jewels upgrade at these intervals. So you can only use level 15 jewels and then they'll upgrade at level 25. So you may as well replace your theme as you replace your jewels. And then when you hit level 35, buy the Tamauji's Discerning Dagger, and you'll use that until you get your Winter Tusk theme. In total, this will cost you 135 crowns to unlock the sockets. That's literally half the price of Heartsteel, and you get more value. But I want to use Heartsteel because all other guides have been telling me to do so. And they've been telling me to do it for so long that you may as well do it. Listen, if you really want to use Heartsteel, then you can. If you think it's really good for you or whatever build you're using, sure, you can go for it. There's nothing really stopping you. This guide isn't going to stop you. But I think it's a waste of crowns, and I think that it's bad to tell new players that it's really, really good when there are alternatives to it that are at the very least just as viable, and usually, in my opinion, more viable than it. And to be clear, I don't blame content creators for telling people to use it. I think just many of them are passing down a tradition that they don't even realize should have ended a long time ago. And I think now is the best time that we lay this theme to rest and to say goodbye. So, for one final time, here is my tribute to the Heartsteel.
A friend is a friend to the end of the end, that's forever and a day.
Subscribe.